Hi guys, this is Ravi from Corporate Chess India. This is a series on chess engines. In this video, I'm going to take you through the history of chess engines. So before jumping to the history of chess engines, let's just try to understand what a chess engine is. So chess engine is basically a computer program which will analyze a chess position and suggest a move which is the strongest or close to the strongest. Some examples are Stockfish, Ripka, Komodo, and AlphaZero created by DeepMind of Google. Now that we know what a chess engine is, let's jump into the history of chess engines. Even though chess engines have recently become strong, the concept was actually conceptualized back in 1700s. So let's start with 18th century. Basically, the first mechanical device to actually play chess was called the Turk. This was created by master illusionist Wolfgang von Kempelen to impress a princess back in 1770s or something. This particular machine roamed around a lot of Europe, going and beating masters and all of that. But this turned out to be an epic scam. So what Wolfgang von Kempelen had done was he created a compartment inside the machine, as you can see in the picture, and that's where a chess master would sit. And with the help of pulleys and buttons and all those things, the chess master could actually control this particular human-like thing to actually make moves on the board, so that it looked like the machine is making the moves on the board. And yeah, so that's how he fooled a lot of people back in 1700s. 1940s and 1950s can be called the official birth of chess engines. It all started out with Claude Shannon's paper called Programming a Computer for Playing Chess. It was the first paper to actually formalize the whole concept, and it was published in way back in 1949. In 1948, Alan Turing, the father of computer science, and David Champernowne created this program called TuroChamp. So TuroChamp was something which they conceptualized as a chess program which could solve puzzles and play games. They could never run it successfully on a computer. Turing himself tried it in 1952 on a computer called Mark Ferranti 1, but it did not actually run on it because the computations required was not supported back then. But it was verified on paper by Turing himself, manually, where he input the values, check output at each level, and yeah, he was able to verify the whole thing himself. And that is Alan Turing. An year after Alan Turing failed to run his program, another person named Dietrich Prinz was able to run his program on chess on the same computer, and that program could actually solve a few mate into positions. The next era of chess engines was in 1960s and 1970s. This was a very critical or very great era where the strength of chess engines improved a lot. This was because, again, computer science scene had become very awesome. There were improved algorithms, there were new techniques, there were faster machines to solve all these big computational problems. And it was in this time when chess engines became a standard computer science problem, and a lot of companies like IBM and all, they started investing into this to create machines to solve chess, or to give an engine to solve chess problems. 1974, the first World Computer Chess Championship was held. This was basically held to for all these companies who have started working on the chess as a computer science problem to compete and find out whose algorithm is better. And the first time that a human actually lost to a computer in chess was back in 1967, when MacHack 6 was able to beat a human convincingly for the first time. And in 1976, a program called Chess 4.5 won a tournament with a rating of 2271, and it was able to beat a chess master in that tournament. A chess master would now be a titled player, as you know. 1980s was when the chess engine building became like a big competition. There were many lucrative prizes which were given out to good chess engines. The most famous one of these is called the Fredkin Prize. The Fredkin Prize was named after Edward Fredkin. It was given out by Carnegie Mellon University in US. It was basically to incentivize building of chess engines, building of better chess engines. It actually constituted of 3 prizes. The first prize of $5,000 awarded to the first program to attain a master's rating. The second one was a prize of $10,000 awarded to a creator of engine which could achieve a grandmaster status, as in it could beat a grandmaster. And the third one was $100,000, which was to be given out to the machine which would beat the current world champion at that time. The $5,000 prize was won in 1983. The $10,000 prize was won by Deep Thought when it shared the first place with GM Tony Miles back in 1988. It was able to beat an IM 4-0, but it lost to Kasparov in 1989. So it was still not at the level to win the $100,000 prize. But again, it had reached a grandmaster status. The trivia about this is the Deep Thought was named after a fictional computer in the book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This was the computer which could give out, the ultimate answer to a very big question posed in that particular book. You should check it out. It's a very amazing movie and book. Now, in the 90s, it was dominated by Kasparov versus Deep Blue. Deep Blue was an engine created by IBM, and they run it on something called a supercomputer at that point of time. In 1996 match, Kasparov was able to beat Deep Blue 4-2. And a year later, Deep Blue beat Kasparov 3.5 to 2.5. There were many controversies surrounding to this match, as Kasparov alleged that a master was actually controlling the moves, and it was not actually done by the engine. So yeah, you can check out more about it. It's quite interesting. But was beating a world champion enough? Was it the end for a computer program? Was that the peak? It wasn't, because if you see, this Deep Blue actually occupied a whole room. It was a huge computer, and of course no one could actually make use of it as such, right? So yeah, it could beat it, but not much useful. So let's just jump to the 21st century now. In 2006, Deep Fritz, an engine which could run on your personal computer, on your computer which is in your home, actually was able to beat a world champion. In 2006, it beat Kramnik. And after that, engines have not looked back. Now you're able to, have an engine on your phone. And not even that, you don't even have to install the software or anything. It can just run on your browser. So that's how much engines have actually improved now. Another great improvement in chess engine came in 2017 when DeepMind's Alpha Zero was able to beat Stockfish. At that point of time, Stockfish 8, which was the previous, chess engine champion of 2016, was a conventional chess engine in a sense that it used, normal algorithms and all that. But Alpha Zero was the first artificial intelligence engine, and before actually playing a match with Stockfish, it learned chess within 9 hours, and after that it was with just 9 hours of self-play, and it was not even checking others' game, it was just playing with itself. And with just 9 hours of training, it was able to beat Stockfish 64-36 in a 100-set match. And again, that's points. You can see the picture of Deep Fritz, which released in 2006, which beat Kramnik. But like everything, with every good thing comes a bad thing. Because of all these improvements in engines and all that, cheating has become extremely prevalent, as we have seen even in a tournament like ACL, Amateur Chess League, and even Pro Chess League, and even the biggest of the biggest tournaments, there have been cheaters. So yeah, it takes away from the sportsman spirit and all of those things. And another thing which I feel has been negative, which has negatively impacted chess because of all the engines, has been the openings. Now openings is all based on engine prep. There have been games played with player preparing up to 35 moves. The same thing would not have happened way back in say 1990s or 1980s, where even the openings were played with time, slowly, after a lot of analysis. So again, yeah, even that takes away from the beauty of the game, but it's chess. So anyway, that's it for the history of chess. In the next video, I'll be taking you through the processing and how actually a chess engine is built, what are its components and all those things. So stay tuned, like and subscribe to our channel, and like this video so that it reaches more people. Bye bye.